I have no idea how to introduce this level. All I know is it looks really cool, and it took me 600 attempts to do a practice run. So let's see what we're working with here. From what I can remember from my first practice run, it seems pretty cool. I have no idea how hard it is. I just thought this level looks so sick. I want to beat it. Oh god. Here we go, dude. I don't dislike asymmetrical duels. I just have the attention span of a mosquito, so I don't feel like learning this shit, man. Okay, well, I did something right there. Okay, I'm just a pussy. This duel is not that hard at all. Not too bad. I will not be disabling the epilepsy trigger warning. I know I was complaining about Beyond destroying my eyes, but mama ain't raised no bitch. I'm gonna need a PhD to memorize this shit. Oh, I'm gonna die here a lot. Like, this is sick, right? Alright, so don't fly off out of the wave into that spike. Alright, this part right here is the Eye Destroyer. I low-key already regret not having the epilepsy control trigger on because this is already nuking my eyes. Alright, that's the level. I might have gotten slightly in over my head. This looks marginally harder than anything I've done before. I can't really tell though, it's kind of early. I will say it does look fun though. At the very least, this shit looks awesome. Alright, well, not a chance on Earth I don't die to that spider part right here. I'm just gonna try to get some small runs. I mean, I don't have that much time today, and I was not planning on beating an insane demon in one day today anyway. Oh god. Curse of the fucking terrible UFO strikes again, dude. Look at this! This is terrible! No way. Alright, I'm cheating. Let me stop. One thing I also like about this level, you kind of get right into the action. Like, there's a solid, like, 5 seconds of gameplay before you're just thrown into the actual fun stuff. Come on, skip discovered. Yep, alright. You don't have to hit the black orb. Fork found in kitchen, dude. Oh, this is gonna be really hard. I am not optimistic. Yeah, this is... Oh... Cool. Okay, I might as well just try and practice the beginning, because no way am I getting all the way back here today. I mentioned the skip earlier, that you can skip this black orb, but honestly, it might just be easier to not even skip it. My instincts are going to tell me to hit the black orb, so I might as well not even try to get in the way of that process. What is going on here? There's click indicators, so I know what it's telling me to do, and I'm getting through the duel. I just don't know what's happening. I don't know why I'm getting through the duel. So this is the most distracting transition ever. I can never look at where I'm supposed to land, so I don't hit any buttons and I end up just dying. But I think I got this part down. I'm gonna try and play from zero for a little bit just because I'm bored of practicing. 15. I'm so glad Speed had the change up of the century. I fully expected him to be just the most annoying person ever until he eventually fizzled out and died because screaming into the webcam stopped being entertaining. Dude, he's awesome. I still dislike the notion of IRL streamers because they just piss everyone off. He's doing it in a way that it doesn't seem... He's not just running up to people and bothering them. He seems like a chill guy, and he seems like a respectable human being, and he's someone on a big pedestal who uses his platform to speak out about Palestine and shit like that. 16. The whole world tour thing he's doing is also really cool. He's kind of like the normal person antithesis to what Johnny Somali was doing, which is just like everything wrong with IRL streaming. What people with a lower IQ would call rage bait, which is just, you know, going up to people in the street, calling them a slur, doing everything in your power to piss them off, and being, oh, it was just a prank, like that shit. I just cannot think of any excuse for someone to be watching some shit like that. I already find Twitch stream, I mean, just streams in general, I already find them boring to me. Not only just because of the whole chat, should I breathe? Chat, should I breathe? It just seems so lame. I find streaming on its own not very entertaining. I could not imagine sitting down and watching a stream for someone as low life, someone who I feel as little empathy for as Jack Doherty or someone in his line of work in air quotes. Are you like a barnacle on society? What are you? Let alone if you watch that shit. If you watch that shit, you're already beneath me. If you donate to that shit, or like if you donate to niggas like Asmongold, you like dead ass need to. You need to be 21. That's crazy, because that whole Asmongold type person pipeline is so real. This kid who I used to go to school with through like middle school, and then we kind of got separated around high school, so when quarantine started, he was the most normal person ever. Like, I never knew where he went for a while. I found out he went to boarding school whenever he eventually applied to my job. He starts working with me, so we're catching up and stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know, I haven't seen you since before quarantine, which is crazy. This is, oh my god, dude, this is when the whole Andrew Tate thing first started kicking into like full gear, and it became mainstream how big of a fucking ape that guy was. 30. I'm looking at my phone for like 30 seconds. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at my phone, looking at Twitter, and as I mentioned before, the whole Andrew Tate thing has just blown up. And I go to ask him, you know, what do you think about this guy? What do you think about this bald bastard? And he's like, you know, he's kind of got the right idea. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. What do you mean? I mean, I didn't say it like that, but I'm like, you know, okay, yeah, go on. What exactly do you think about this guy that he has the right idea? He just starts going in, like, on women, on fucking trans people. He starts saying all this incel bullshit about this tweet, mind you, that was like, I think it was this drawing of him as like a furry femboy, and this obvious joke tweet, he was just like, God, oh, they all need to die. They all need to die. That was me asking him just what he thought. He goes off to boarding school for like 2 years. I think that is exactly what the absence of a mother figure does to somebody. Like, you just start thinking all this crazy ass shit about women, about trans people, gay people, all that. And I cannot stress this enough. He was the most normal person ever. He eventually got fired from no, I don't think he got fired. I think he just left. The writing was on the wall. He like sucked at that job. He didn't do anything. Come a few years later, this guy's in the fucking military. His mom posts some shit that's him in a whole ass uniform, and I'm like, dude, this probably never would have happened if he didn't go to boarding school. We talked about Star Wars, we talked about fucking Legos, like Xbox games and shit, and he disappears for 2 years, and he comes back and he's like, you know what? Black people. Well, he didn't say that. He didn't say that because the town I live in is predominantly black people. And honestly, he could have been my friend for my entire life. If he started saying some shit like that, I would have smacked the shit out of him in front of my entire job. That's not even the best thing, though. The best thing is when you meet someone who's so out of touch, you cannot help but just like fuck with them. I remember a couple years ago, me and my friend went to see Roger Waters. I'm pretty sure she does. I already know she doesn't fucking care about Pink Floyd or Roger Waters or any of that. I just didn't want to go by myself. Dude, we're in the Uber on the way back, and you know, Roger Waters, Pink Floyd, fucking Dark Side of the Moon. He has this thing outside of the, I don't remember where it was, the little stadium area, the prism with the rainbows, and our fucking Uber driver on the way back is talking this crazy ass shit. I'm assuming he thinks we're a couple probably, so he probably thinks we're like straight cis people or whatever. This fucking Uber driver talking about how all the gay people and this and that are taking over. Meanwhile, he's referencing the fucking Dark Side of the Moon posters hanging all over the stadium. There's one thing, it's already bad for one thing, you're hating on fucking gay people for no reason. I reject the notion that you have never seen the Dark Side of the Moon album cover before. There is simply no way you didn't put two and two together that this is not a pride rally. This is a fucking Pink Floyd concert. I already mentioned this. I'm so glad Speed is a stand-up human being right now because
I fuck squirrels every Tuesday at 3:17 a.m. in the fucking morning.
there had to have been a gas leak in the house he was streaming in. Oh my god, bro. I knew I was gonna get distracted by that lame ass transition. Oh Predictable death. I don't know why, but that is like the least hittable red orb in Geometry Dash history. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to actually practice that part. I want to build consistency. I'm not even very mad right now. Like, I'm having a good time with this level so far. Might be the hardest ship part in a level that I've tried to beat, actually. Like, this shit is hard. Harder than the one in Rupture. I think I've come to the conclusion that this ship right here was handcrafted by the devil himself. I'm dying here hundreds of times, thousands maybe. 38. I got an extra inch into the ship part. That's still better than immediately dying to slamming into the wall after not hitting the red orb. 41. Dude, I'm so close to getting past this dumbass ship. Fuck, I clicked an extra time. Dude, what have my progresses looked like? 36, 38, 39, 41, 43, 44. I have just been crawling. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Actual new best. Actual good progress, 55. That was like a full minute after I just got 44. Wow, I mean, honestly, for day one, I'm not even like dissatisfied with this at all. I'm still having a good time. I'm making decent progress. That's half the level done. What was that, 67 to 100? Grow up, nigga. Man, I have been playing this level for a long time. Every time I pass that dual part, I send a prayer to the ancient Sumerian god who was so graciously blessed and allowed me through it, because what the actual fuck is happening every single time I get to that part, bro? It's literally, I throw a coin into a well. Oh my god, nope, cut. Are you kidding me? There is no way that was the exact percentage. Oh my god. The percentage on its own is bad enough. We're not even gonna address how that is quite literally the dumbest possible location I could have died on this entire level. I mean, out of all 100 percentages of this level, that is definitely one of them. I literally forgot what happened. I literally just forgot what happened after that. Like, I swear, if it wasn't on my screen, or if I haven't practiced it in the last 5 minutes, it does not exist. I think I'm gonna hang it up for today, because Mind Block does not begin to describe what happens when I get to the ship at like 30 something. Hopefully sleep buff will carry me. Well, honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna play tomorrow, because I might not have a bunch of time. I might come back to this shit on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, well, that's why you gamble. That was just about to be my last attempt, and I got a new best. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm hanging it up for tonight. With this level, on a scale of I'm chilling to I'm tweaking, I'm probably Charlie Kirk. I don't know what that means, but this level's pretty good so far.
Who's mommy's good boy? Good boy. That's right. My sweet boy. Always mommy's good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Such a sweet boy for me. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Who tries so hard for mommy? Good boy. You do. Always. Always my good boy. Good boy. My precious boy.
Welcome to day 2 of blindness. I gotta do a practice run, because I'm not exaggerating. I think I forgot every detail of this level. Not to say this level's forgettable or anything. It's actually far from it. I think my issue is just my brain lacks ridges and folds. So this ship is like next level fucking hard, man. Like, this ship is almost easily the hardest part of the level. I mean, I can't think of any other part that's harder than this. It's currently 2 days later, because I had work yesterday and I didn't feel like playing for like 30 minutes before working. I just didn't feel like that would be productive. It's kind of weird that I forgot a lot of this level's gameplay though, because you know when you play a lot of Tetris and your brain literally like subconsciously thinks about placing blocks? That was happening to me, but I was thinking about that ship at like 30. Subconsciously, as I was trying to sleep, I was thinking about that ship, and that's like insane. Alright, I'm probably gonna play from zero. I was at work the other day and there was a guy, probably my age, playing Finger Dash on his phone in the bar for probably 45 minutes. I don't know if he was doing it the entire time. There was not a time when I passed by him and I didn't see him playing Finger Dash, so I think he was struggling. I kind of forget that this is a mobile game at its core. A mobile game that you can get on your phone for $3. Oh my god! Dude! 5 minutes of playtime from zero, by the way. Honestly, I can't say I didn't think that red orb was gonna kill me. That is like the most specific location you have to perform that assortment of only 2 clicks, I'm pretty sure. You have to jump super early from the robot, and then you have to hit the red orb as early as possible or something. I'm not too mad at it. Whatever. Knew I was gonna die there as well. That was like 2 attempts after my last best. I actually caught one of those "not a phone in sight" comments like in the wild when I was looking at a Pearl Jam concert the other day. Not a phone in sight at a Pearl Jam concert? Really? You don't say. I mean, what? The biggest thing they would have had back then was like, what, a camcorder? Phones didn't really have recording stuff until 2000s. Not a phone in sight. It's just so funny because even if you were to bring like a camcorder to record a Pearl Jam concert, wasn't that shit like really frowned upon? I watched a lot of Nirvana shows that got re-uploaded to YouTube. Some of them you can very obviously tell they definitely had to sneak that camcorder into that show because it wasn't allowed. That and like Alice in Chains. So many of those shows definitely had to be like smuggled in and out on a camcorder. I just never really understood the point of those "not a phone in sight" comments. Yeah, you could argue people wouldn't have been filming at a Led Zeppelin concert. There weren't people handheld recording those back in the day. Let's say Led Zeppelin was in their prime, whenever people could easily just whip a phone out of their pocket and start filming that shit. Lie to my face and tell me people were not going to be recording the shit out of prime Jimmy Page on their phone. You could say that for any band, honestly. If they were around during the time, people would have been all over their phones recording that shit. And even if there's someone who's on their phone at a show, they're not like texting during the show. They're recording the show so they can watch it later, or so they can show their friends or their family. No lie, I just died right there because I burped and that threw off my click pattern. Looking at concerts, though, has led me down a somewhat related rabbit hole to the Woodstock 99 disaster. I need to find the exact words. There was a Reddit post that I saw that was like the second result when I looked it up. I didn't click it, but it just says, Woodstock 99. Was it as bad as people say? Yes. Yes, it was bad. Horrible. Probably worse than what they said, and I wasn't even there. LOL. The Wikipedia article is so fucking funny. Well, it's not that funny. It starts off not that funny, but then it gets funny in the descriptions they use. It says, the festival was marred by sexual harassment and rapes, difficult environmental conditions, overpriced food and water, poor sanitation, rioting, looting, vandalism, arson, violence, and 3 deaths, leading to media attention and controversy that vastly overshadowed coverage of the musical performances. It has been described as a flashpoint in cultural nadir, like a concentration camp, like being in another country during military conflict, and like a scene where zombies are coming over the castle walls, with the morning after likened to the Bosnian War. All that for a music festival is ridiculous. And this might be a cruel thing to say, but when I look at the list of performers at Woodstock 99, I can definitely see the crowd that this collection of artists attracts causing nothing but trouble in a public space. Were commercials always this corny and insufferable? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I enjoyed commercials as a kid, and even the ones I did enjoy, you could probably just chalk that up to me being a child, but they're just so corporate now, it feels like, which is insane to say because they're commercials. They're supposed to feel corporate, but even for corporate standards, like, I'm not even gonna explain it. You just know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I'm not crazy.
It's a pretty good day to be me. Ooh, 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 ah. Spray it, lock it, twist it, turn it, everybody dancing, everybody earn it.
Every time I see an ad for something, I'm immediately way less likely to buy it even if the ad was for something quote-unquote good, or even if the ad itself was quote-unquote good, I still just get irritated that I'm even seeing it in the first place. Dude, at this point, I'm not even that mad. Every death just gets an eye roll and I forget it even happened. Literally, how am I right side up right there? Literally, how? What is making that happen? I can see the yellow portal right there. I should be upside down and hitting the pink pad. What on earth is making that happen? Deadass. I need to know. Wow. What is that? What just happened right there? I have nothing to say about that death, except this. Bug, let's go, dude. Gotta love a bug at 80% in the level. I don't know if there's anything I can do to prevent that. That's a shame. Any rational person would just stop playing the level because it's broken and it can just choose whether or not to kill you at 82% in the level. But I've already been playing this for like 5 hours total. I'm willing to risk the coin toss at this point just to feel the satisfaction of beating this level. Yes, dude! Oh my gosh. Loud ass Steam achievement, dude. Oh my god. Yes! That took so long. It didn't even really take that long. It just felt like it took long. Yes, dude. Oh my god. And I'm still liking the level. This level's good. I just got so unlucky. We gotta talk about, hold on, let me try and find where exactly it is. This right here, what is this, 33%? Yeah, 32, 33. Please tell me, why do I have a 71% pass rate during an auto part? Why? Why? I don't know if that's the level or if that's the game. Other than that, I talked about the dual ball extensively. I don't even know how much of it I'm going to include because it was dog shit. Oh, that was probably the worst part of the level, I'm not going to lie. 78 times 5? 72 4 times? That whole last section of the level, that shit was rough. Still, I would say this is a pretty good level. It's very hard. I was considering, but now I think this is pretty easily the hardest insane demon I've beaten so far. I cannot even emphasize how good that just felt to beat that level.